Okay everybody, so as I'm out here in the backyard, it occurred to me that I have a lot of experiments that I've done over the past few months that I should probably do an update on. So what I'm going to do is for this video, I'm going to do an update video, not on the garden itself, but specifically on the experiments that I have done or that I've alluded to. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's a question for you. Have you ever been walking through a supermarket looking for a vegetable of some kind and see something like this? It's a red onion. There's growth coming out of the top of it. Now that's pretty crazy to me. And it got me thinking, why not do something with this? So we are going to plant it and see what it does.
There it is.
No. Okay, as you can see right here, the onion experiment from 2 months ago is going great. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It is amazing. What you saw in that video clip was when I planted that onion in here, it was completely buried. And now look at this thing. I mean, it is just grown so much. Okay, now I don't know what's going on down in the soil. I don't know if the onion is gone or if it's actually producing more onions or what. I really have no clue and I haven't researched it. But the status on this experiment has blown me away because I didn't expect to get a 3-foot stem here, 2 of them actually, with flowers at the top. So that's a pretty cool experiment. Let's go over to another experiment that I am very, very pleased about. So that's it. We got them buried. Got the soil wet. It's not dripping wet. It's just, wet. It's just enough to hopefully start the germination process to get slips growing. I really hope this works. Okay, so I just opened the door to the backyard and this is what I just saw. The picnic table completely disintegrated and broke down. Right there's the sweet potato experiment on its side, bunch of plants all on its side. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now nothing is coming up yet, and this thing had just flipped upside down when the table broke on me. So as you saw in that clip right there, the sweet potato experiment that I did in the soil, not necessarily the one in the water, because the water one I did a second time and it is just blown up. In fact, they're about to get transplanted. That's a video that's coming very soon. But the sweet potatoes that I did in the soil have taken off. So which one, in my opinion, is the better source of starting sweet potato slips, the glass jar or the soil? Yeah, I think we'll say the soil one wins out, right? Because if you come in here, look at the growth coming off of these sweet potatoes. Now, all of this I'm going to be able to dig up, get the roots out, and then transplant right over here in this sweet potato bed, right next to a seed sweet potato that is actually growing. Now there's another one that I put in right here that's not doing anything, but this one has taken off, and then look at all that in there. All of that growth is coming off of two sweet potatoes. So I'm going to be able to transplant these sweet potato slips into these beds and hopefully get a bunch of sweet potatoes this year. Now this potato bed right here, all the potatoes in there died, or the plants died, and I don't know what caused it, because right beside this bed is that bed with that sweet potato in it, and everything over in this one is doing great. Same soil, built, everything is the exact same. Same material, same soil, same amending, everything's the same. Yet this bed pretty much died, And then these two beds are doing great. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but I am going to put at least 1 or 2 of these sweet potato slips in that bed and see what it does. So, so that's coming up down the road. That will be a video actually coming out pretty soon, the sweet potato slip video. So yeah. As you can see, there's roots growing off that right there, and that's a nice clean cut right there. So I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna take off this. I'm gonna take off a couple of these leaves so I can get this deep in the soil there, and hopefully this will grow just fine. So as you saw in that video clip right there, we're talking about the fig tree cutting. Now, when I did that experiment, I fully expected for that thing not to live. Just gonna be honest, because I've never done one before, and I didn't think it would do anything. Honestly, I thought it would die. But, okay, so this is the tree that I took that cutting from. This is a brown turkey fig tree, and as you can see right beside it, there is the cutting. And just in the last couple weeks, I think, it has doubled. It's put on 2 sets of leaves with another 3rd set coming in right there. And a 4th set, that little tiny one right there. So that plant is doing great. I am really excited to track the growth of this cutting because, again, I didn't think it would survive, and it's doing great. So, and you know, to be honest, I got the idea of doing this from watching Black Gumbo Southern Gardening, one of his fig tree videos. He made it look so easy, and I was like, man, it can't be that easy. It's pretty easy. You just gotta make sure you get the roots. That's the big thing. So, and just to do a quick update that has nothing to do with these 2 plants, look at all the figs that I am already starting to get this year. And there's one dead one right there, but that's okay. So hey, I think I'm gonna have a good year in figs. Now, of course, I said that about the potato bed, and we all saw what happened to the potato bed, so hopefully I didn't just jinx the figs. Now let's go do another, let's go check out another experiment. Gotta come off, so there we go. Now, I've never done it, but I've read that you could actually take a sucker and put it in the ground and see if it'll grow. I don't know, and I'm actually kind of tempted to do that right now. You know what? This is down home backyard gardening at its finest. We are going to do an experiment. Now, if you look right here, all these little hairs on this should become roots, or they have the potential to become roots. So we are going to stick it in the ground. Now I'm going to bury this thing all the way up to right there. Okay, there we go. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, so we're over here by the tomatoes where I planted that sucker off of one of the tomato plants. And again, here's another experiment that I did on the fly in that video, which you just saw, and I never expected this thing to survive. So the fact that it's doing as good as it's doing 2 weeks, no, 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks later, I forgot the date of that video, but check it out. So right there is that sucker that I took off that plant, and it's putting on new growth. And the fact that it's still alive, to me, is shocking. Now, I didn't show this in any of the videos, but I actually did a second sucker transplant, and this one is even doing better than that one. Look at that one right now. Let's get out of the sunlight there, Chad. So look at this one right here. This was a sucker that I pulled off of a plant. It was actually off of this purple Cherokee right here. It was actually that one. It was actually that one back there, but still a purple Cherokee. Right here. No, every time I'm out here, wasps show up. So the biggest thing I want to convey for the tomato sucker experiment is, if you get an idea, just do it. Go for it. You never know what's going to happen. It might fail, it might die, or it might produce 2 more tomato plants. So you have nothing to lose by just trying an experiment and going with it. Okay everybody, so that is the update video on my experiment. I had 4 experiments going and they're doing great. So the main reason I wanted to do this video is really just to show that if you get an idea of something to do, just try it. You have nothing to lose if it fails. In fact, if it fails, you learn something from that too. So no matter what, you're winning, right? That's how I feel, and especially with gardening, I fully believe that. Hopefully you're finding that joy of growing, trying new things, and just having fun with it. I want to say thank you for everyone watching this channel, watching my videos. It means a lot to me. I have a blast making them, and I hope that if you're watching a video that speaks to you, I hope you're sharing it. I hope you're hitting that like button. Hope you're telling your friends and family to subscribe. You can always check me out on my Facebook pages for Down Home Backyard Gardening. I try to update those every couple days with pictures of what's going on out here. I really enjoy doing that. It's a fast way and a quick way of keeping people up to date. Again, just type in Down Home Backyard Gardening into either the Facebook or Instagram pages and you'll find us there. So until next time, shine bright and harvest hard. Bye. Jojo, what you doing? What you doing? Oh, you're gonna get me.